Kleshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we are going to continue reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 9. Does anyone remember any main point from yesterday?
Hare Krishna.
Hare
The
Krishna.
point yesterday was that Prahlāda Maharaj is still offering prayers at Nṛsiṁhadeva lotus feet, and he's telling him all, and he's glorifying him. He said that you existed before the creation, after the creation, and while the creation is happening, you are maintaining. And then he also continued that all of the energy is yours. Krishna is one and everyone is his energy. And yet we are different. Achintya bheda bhed tattva, what even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu emphasized. And then he moved on, and then he again offered the obeisances and said that tat anirkampa sasamikshamana, that all the and that the devotee, when he suffers, he always thanks Krishna that it is because of his past karma, but due to Krishna's mercy, he got a very little part of it. And when something good happens, he says that it is completely Krishna's mercy. And surely Krishna says that he will surely get liberation if he is in that mood. And then we also heard about the Yog Nidra, that it is not material. It is not like in the ignorance like us. So it is Yog Nidra. And the Rishi Munis were asked to concentrate on the lotus feet. The Nidra, the Yog is like you concentrate on the lotus feet of Krishna, not like you sleep and like what it is considered these days. But yeah, and then Krishna is in the Yog Nidra as Shirodakshay Vishnu, and it is transcendental. So yeah, we heard about all this.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Just to clarify, the Tattenu Kampam verse, Prabhupada puts it in the purport. It's not spoken by Prahlāda Maharaj. Actually, that comes in the 10th canto. It's a verse spoken by Lord Brahma. So that was spoken, that was put in the purport by Srila Prabhupada. And Yog Nidra is Karana Dakshay Vishnu, Mahavishnu. He's, all the universes are coming from his body. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much. So we are going to continue with text 33. Okay. So I'm not sure, Ratna, you want to try? Yes, no, maybe. Okay, maybe not. Bhakta Priya, do you want to try? Okay, maybe
Hare
not.
Krishna. No, I
Yes.
can't. Sorry.
Okay. Okay, no worries. Tasyeva teva puridam nijkala shaktya
Tasya
sanchodita prakriti dharmana atmagudam
sanchodita prakriti dharmana atmagudam
ambasi ananta shayanat viramat samadhir
ambasi ananta shayanat virmat samadhe
nabher abhutsva kanika vatavan mahabjam
nabher vatvat mahabhajam.
Okay, translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. In this cosmic manifestation, the material world is also your body. This total lump of matter is agitated by your potent energy known as Kala Shakti, and thus the three modes of material nature are manifested. You awaken from the bed of Shesha, Ananta, and from your navel, a small transcendental seed is generated. It is from this seed that the lotus flower of the gigantic universe is manifested, exactly as a banyan tree grows from a small seed. The three different forms of Vishnu, of Mahavishnu, namely Karanodakshai Vishnu, Garbhodakshai Vishnu, and Shirodakshai Vishnu, who are the origin of creation and maintenance, are gradually being described. From Mahavishnu, Garbhodakshai Vishnu is generated, and from Garbhodakshai Vishnu, Shirodakshai Vishnu gradually expands. So Mahavishnu or Karanodakshai Vishnu, where is he sleeping?
Causal ocean.
I'm sorry?
Causal ocean.
Yes, that's right. Causal ocean on the Karana ocean. Yes, causal ocean. And Garbhodakshai Vishnu, where is he
He is the
sleeping?
one.
Where does he
Vraja.
sleep?
The milk is in the Vraja.
No. Garbhodakshai Vishnu, he's sleeping on the Garbha ocean within the universe. He's inside the universe.
Oh, okay.
He's inside the universe. From his navel, the lotus flower is coming, lotus stem, and Lord Brahma sits on this lotus stem. So Garbhodakshai Vishnu is inside the universe. And Shirodakshai Vishnu, which ocean is he sleeping on?
He's in the heart.
Huh?
He's in the heart. He's in our heart.
Yes. Yes, he's in the heart. He's the Paramatma in the heart, but he's also
In the
sleeping
milk
on
ocean.
milk ocean.
It
Yes.
is at the milk
Shira.
ocean, yeah.
Yeah, milk ocean in Shweta Dweep. He's in Shweta Dweep. Shweta Dweep is here within the universe. It's inside the universe. And it is this Shirodakshai Vishnu that any problem happens, then Lord Brahma goes to the Shirodakshai Vishnu. And this is the same Shirodakshai Vishnu is the Paramatma in our hearts. Okay, so thus Mahavishnu is the original cause of Garbhodakshai Vishnu, and from Garbhodakshai Vishnu comes the lotus flower from which Lord Brahma is manifested. Thus the original cause of everything is Vishnu, and consequently the cosmic manifestation is not different from Vishnu. So because his energy, we just heard yesterday, Achintya Bheda Abheda. This is confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 10.8, wherein Krishna says, Aham sarvasya prabhavo mata sarvam pravartate. I am the source of all spiritual and material worlds. Everything emanates from me. Garbhodakshai Vishnu is an expansion of Karanodakshai Vishnu, who is an expansion of Sankarshan. So we heard in earlier cantos of Bhagavatam, Krishna is the original form of the Lord. He expands as Lord Balaram. From Lord Balaram comes the Chaturvyuha expansions. Then Sankarshan, he is expanding as Mahavishnu. And then Mahavishnu enters every universe as Garbhodakshai Vishnu. And then Garbhodakshai Vishnu is entering into every atom, into every heart. And he's also lying in the Shweta as Shirodakshai Vishnu. So Krishna is ultimately the cause. In this way, Krishna is ultimately the cause of all causes. Sarva Karana Karanam. The conclusion
Hare
is that
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Krishna, I am a bit confused. Sankarshan comes from
Lord Balaram.
Balram. And
Yeah.
oh, okay.
He's an expansion of Lord Balaram.
Expansion of Balram. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. And Lord Balaram is coming as the first expansion of Krishna.
Oh. So
So
it's nothing to do with Garbhodakshai or Shirodakshai, right?
then
From that expansion,
Sankarshan,
it doesn't.
yes, and then Sankarshan is expanding as Mahavishnu or Karanodakshai Vishnu. And then Karanodakshai Vishnu is expanding as Garbhodakshai Vishnu. Garbhodakshai Vishnu is expanding as Shirodakshai Vishnu. So all these three Vishnus, they are coming from Sankarshan. Sankarshan is coming from Lord Balaram. Lord Balaram is coming from Krishna.
Okay. Okay.
Is that okay?
Yes, yes, yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. So then the conclusion is that both the material and spiritual world are considered to be the body of the Supreme Lord. We can understand that the material body is caused by the spiritual body and is therefore an expansion of the spiritual. We can understand that the material body is caused by the spiritual body and is therefore an expansion of the spiritual body. Thus, when one takes up spiritual activities, one's entire material body is spiritualized. Because the mind is spiritualized, the thoughts are spiritualized, the subtle body is spiritualized, and the body is also used in spiritual service, devotional service. How the example is given, right? You put the iron rod in the fire, then the iron rod becomes like fire. So matter used in service of Krishna becomes spiritual. Origin is all spiritual. Similarly, in this material world, when the Krishna consciousness movement expands, the entire material world becomes spiritualized. As long as we do not realize this, we live in the material world. But when we are fully Krishna conscious, we live not in the material world, but in the spiritual world. So the pure devotee, he is living in the spiritual world. He may be in the material world, but his consciousness is he's always with Krishna. Everything he's doing, he's working for Krishna. So he's in Vrindavan, Golok Vrindavan. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. Tatsambhava kavir ato anyat apashyamanas
Sambhavakavi atumvid apashamanas
Mano
tvam bijam atmani tatam sabahir vichintya
Wambi Jamatmani Tam
Sabhavakavichinti
na vindat abdashatam apsu nimajamano
Na
Navindashatam
Apasunim Manahau
jaten kure katham uhopalabhe tabijam.
Jate
Jati Ankure Katham Upalabhitavijam.
From that great lotus flower, Brahma was generated, but Brahma certainly could see nothing but the lotus. Therefore, thinking you to be outside, Lord Brahma dove into the water and attempted to find the source of the lotus for 100 years. He could find no trace of you, however, for when a seed fructifies, the original seed cannot be seen. This is the description of the cosmic manifestation. The development of the cosmic manifestation is like the fructification of a seed. When cotton is transformed into thread, the cotton is no longer visible, and when the thread is woven into cloth, the thread is no longer visible. Similarly, it is perfectly correct that when the seed that had generated from the navel of Garbhodakshay Vishnu became manifested as the cosmic creation, one could no longer understand where the cause of the cosmic manifestation is. So Prahlāda Maharaj is saying that um, Lord Brahma, he's coming from the lotus flower, right? The stem, lotus stem. But it was so dark, he couldn't see anything. He couldn't understand what he has to do. He dove into the water also, but he couldn't see Lord Vishnu, Garbhodakshay Vishnu. He couldn't see. So Prabhupada is explaining that the seed is there, when the seed, it fructifies. Yeah, a plant comes from the seed. We can't see the seed anymore. Similarly, cotton is there. And then when it becomes a thread, then you can't see the original cotton. When this thread is again woven into the cloth, then we can't see the thread anymore. We just see the cloth. So now, from Garbhodaksha Vishnu, this entire cosmic manifestation is coming, but we can't see we can't see the Lord. Lord Brahma couldn't see him. Modern scientists have tried to explain the origin of creation by a chunk theory, but no one can explain how such a chunk might have burst. The Vedic literature, however, explains clearly that the total material energy was agitated by the three modes of material nature because of the glance of the Supreme Lord. In other words, in terms of the chunk theory, the bursting of the chunk was caused by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thus, one must accept the Supreme Cause, Lord Vishnu, as the cause of all causes. So Prabhupada is explaining that modern scientists try to explain the creation, saying that there was a cloud, there was a big one cloud was there, and then it burst, and then the creation happened. Of course, we are hearing in the scriptures, the Vedas are explaining to us that the creation actually happened by the glance of Lord Vishnu. When Mahavishnu, when he glanced at the material energy, then the modes got agitated, goodness, passion, ignorance. They started working, they started mixing with each other. And then one by one, creation happened. False ego was created, sound, ether. Gradually everything was created. So Prabhupada is saying if we take the theory of the modern scientists, then, and the modern scientists are saying the chunk burst. So then what caused the chunk to burst? That is Lord Vishnu's glance. But of course, it's not that, because we can understand any explosion does not have a creation. Any explosion is not going to have all species of life and trees and animals and birds. It is the Supreme Lord who does the creation. Is that okay?
Hare Krishna. Is it the glance of Garbhodaksha Vishnu, right?
The glance of Karanadaksha Vishnu, Mahavishnu.
Not Garbho? Oh,
No. Garbhodaksha Vishnu is inside the universe. He's inside. He's coming after the creation is already happening.
oh,
The universes are created. They are coming from Mahavishnu. Mahavishnu, he's lying down on the Karana ocean. That time there's no universe, no nothing is there. He's
yeah.
looking, and then he's looking at the material energy. Then she's getting agitated. And then the creation happens.
Oh,
One by one, everything happens then. So the glance is of Mahavishnu. Huh?
Hare Krishna, Shilpa ji.
Hare Krishna.
I also have this just question, I might be wrong. So it is written here that जल में गोता लगाया और वह 100 वर्षों तक उस कमल के उद्गम को ढूंढने का प्रयत्न करते रहे ब्रह्मा जी in the sorry, it's written, right? So for 100 years, and then Brahma ji's life is only 100 years, and then he also did the tapa for 100 more years. So then which 100 years they're talking? I'm always so confused.
I know, right? Because one of the place it's written 100 years of demigods. Also, it's mentioned like that. In the earlier cantos, when we read in detail about the creation, when we read about the creation, that time it was also mentioned that sometimes it mentions only 100 years and sometimes it's mentioned 100 years of demigod.
Yeah, and then even one time it's mentioned Brahma's 100 years.
Yeah. Yes.
So just go with it, right? Understand that it
Yes.
was
Yeah.
right. That 100 years,
Yeah.
yeah, right.
Just understand that somehow he did a tapasya for
For
a
a very long
very,
time.
very long time. Yeah. That's how we
Yeah,
can
because
understand
always,
it.
because today again it came out that if 100 years, then his life is only 100 years, and then if 100 years he's just finding the source, and then he did the tapa for 100 years.
Yeah.
1,000 years or 100 years, I'm forgetting. It was for 1,000 years, maybe. He did the tapa.
I think that 100 years, Brahmas is asked 1,000 times 1,000, right? Something like that.
Brahma's
1,000
100 years is
hour,
for no way. So Brahma's 12
1,000.
hours. Brahma's 12 hours is our Chaturyugas time 1,000.
Yeah, Chaturanga.
Means
10,000. Yeah.
the Satyug, Treta Yug, Dwapar Yug, and Kali Yug, they're all gonna come 1,000 times in 12 hours of Brahma. So 12 hours of Brahma is about 4
Plus 12. Yeah.
4,300,000 some thousand years.
32
Human
years.
years is only his 12 hours. And that much long is his night. So 12
Yeah.
hours of day, 12 hours of night. So according to human calculation, it comes to be like 311 trillion some years.
Hmm.
Yeah. So like a very long time based for like if we calculate human years.
Hmm.
But yeah, this Lord Brahma's 100 years is, I remember when we were doing Bhakti Shastri also. So there was some like question raised like that. Who is it demigod years? And that time the teacher said it's like demigod years, you know.
Oh.
So just take it as that then.
Okay.
So then going on. So anyway, we understand that he did for a very long time. He was trying to search. So we can see that even if we try to search for God for even 100 years of the demigods, which is a very long time, we will not be able to find him. If we are trying to find him with our mind, with our body, right? We can also understand it that way. This
And he's
then
easy to
Lord
find with
Brahma.
devotion. So like that, right? He's easy to find with devotion. Right?
Devotion. Yes.
Yeah. Devotion is the
Devotion.
cause needed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Call.
Then
Even
Lord
Prahlāda
Brahma,
also.
Lord Brahma, he listened to Krishna. Because he heard tapa. So he listened to Krishna, followed the instructions of Krishna. Then he got the knowledge. Then he was able to understand everything. Then he also, that's how he
He
sings
also
also
heard
the
some word, right? And then he was meditating on some
tapa.
word, right?
Tapa. He heard
And he
tapa,
was
that perform sacrifice, austerity.
Charity.
I'm sorry. Haribo? Oh, I can't hear. I don't know what happened.
We can hear you.
yeah,
We
we
Oh, you
can
could
hear
hear me.
you.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Perfectly fine.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, he heard tapa and he did
Tapa.
this penance for 100 years. And then after that, he got the knowledge. Krishna gave him the knowledge. Okay. And going on. Sattva atmayonir ativismita ashritobjam.
Sattva atmayoni ativishmita
Vishmita Ashrito
Kalena tibra tapasa parishuddha bhava.
Kale.
Kalinati
tapasa
Tapasa
parishuddha bhava
Tvam atmanisha bhuvigandham ivati shukshmam.
Swam
Atmanisha Bhuvidam
Bhutendriyashayamaye vitatam dadarsha.
Bhutendriyāśraya
Vitam Dadarsha.
Dadarsha.
Lord Brahma, who is celebrated as Atma Yoni, having been born without a mother, was struck with wonder. Thus he took shelter of the lotus flower. And when he had been purified after undergoing severe austerities for many hundreds of years, he could see that the cause of all causes, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, was spread throughout his own body and senses, just as aroma, although very subtle, is perceived in the earth. Here the statement of self-realization, Aham Brahmasmi, which is interpreted by the Mayavad philosophy to mean, I am the Supreme Lord, is explained. The Supreme Lord is the original seed of everything. Janmadi asya yataha. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mata sarvam pravartate. Thus the Supreme Lord extends everywhere, even throughout our bodies, because our bodies are made of material energy, which is the Lord's separated energy. One should realize that since the Supreme Lord spreads throughout one's body, and since the individual soul is a part of the Supreme Lord, everything is Brahman. Sarvam khalam idam Brahma. This realization was achieved by Lord Brahma after he was purified, and it is possible for everyone. So Lord Brahma, he couldn't find anything. Then he heard the word tapa, he did austerities, then he got the knowledge. He understood everything. Krishna spoke the Vedas in his heart. He understood Krishna is Sarva Karana Karanam. That's how he spoke the beautiful Brahma Samhita prayers. So he could understand that the Supreme Lord's energy, this material energy, is belonging to the Supreme Lord. And in the material world, of course, there's the material energy. Even our body is made of material energy. So that's how it's being explained, that this is how the Lord is spread. So, but Krishna, the person, is there in Golok Vrindavan. This material body belongs to him because it's his energy. It's his energy. This earth, water, air, fire, ether, they all belong to him. And that's how he spread everywhere. And of course, the Brahman is spread everywhere. Even the material world is situated on the Brahman. Brahman is everywhere, all pervading. Just one part of the Brahman gets covered by this dark cloud where this material world is put. Is that okay?
Hare Krishna. So he
Hare
heard,
Krishna.
or he realized this Sarvam Khalv Idam Brahma.
He heard
He,
tapa. He
he
heard
heard
tapa,
Tapa
and when
and
he heard tapa, he realized that the Supreme Lord is the cause of all causes.
okay.
He
And
realized, huh?
yeah, he realized. And then
Yeah,
it says after he was purified.
mm,
So why does it say after he was purified?
because he did the austerity, right? After he
Yeah,
did the austerity, he got the realization that he himself is a part and parcel of Krishna, that Krishna is the cause of
okay,
all causes. So this was his purification. Otherwise,
okay,
he didn't know who he is. He didn't know who's
okay,
God. He didn't know his relationship with God. Yeah?
okay.
Okay.
So Hare Krishna Shilpa Ji, Prahlad Maharaj is telling all this, right?
Prahlad
Continuation
Maharaj
still.
is saying here, in the purport, Srila Prabhupada is giving us different evidences from Vedanta Sutra, from
Hmm.
Brahma Samhita. That is evidence that is given by Srila
Hmm.
Prabhupada to us. What Prahlad
Hmm.
Maharaj is saying is here
The
in this
translation.
translation.
But he's telling about the creation, right? He's telling
Yes.
about all this, that Brahmaji,
Yes.
and right?
Yes.
He's repeating all that. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
Okay. Yeah.
That Brahma realized that Krishna is the cause of all causes, right?
Hmm. 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 Yeah.
That is his purification. to understand
Mm.
that God is the Supreme Person.
Mm. And the position, isn't that also he's telling his position that just see that who actually God is? Like even Brahma is like a small thing in front of him. We think Brahma is so big, right?
That's right.
Mm.
Yes. Yeah.
So I think this is what even Prahlāda is highlighting, right? Sarvam Khalva Idam Brahma.
Yeah, this Sarvam Kala Idam Brahma is coming from the Vedanta Sutra, which
And
is
this is
written by
also
Srila Vyasadeva. This is Prabhupada is explaining what does this mean. This is what Prahlāda Maharaj also realized,
yes, okay,
that
got
a
it.
Brahman is everywhere, that the Brahman is everywhere.
Thank you,
Everything.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Brahman is everywhere. Okay. So when one thinks, when one is completely in knowledge of Aham Brahmasmi, he thinks, I am part of the Supreme Lord. My body is made of his material energy, and therefore I have no separate existence. Yet, although the Supreme Lord is everywhere, he is different from me. This is the philosophy of Achintya Bheda Abheda Tattva. So, Aham Brahmasmi. So, what does Aham Brahmasmi mean? Understanding I am part and parcel of God. And because I am part and parcel of God, I am one with Him, yet I am different. Simultaneous, one and different. We are one in quality. Our quality is same like God, but not quantity. Because we are part and parcel of God, so we are also Satchidananda. Because God is Satchidananda. But we are different because we are minute. We are part and parcel. Okay, so that is philosophy of Achintya Bheda Abheda Tattva. An example given in this regard. So Prabhupada is trying to explain to us what Prahlāda Maharaj is saying, that Brahmaji realized. Brahmaji realized God was spread throughout his own body and senses, just as aroma, although very subtle, is perceived in the earth. So Prabhupada is explaining here Prahlāda Maharaj's words by saying, by giving us this evidences and the explanations of Janmadhyasya Yata and Sarvakala Idam Brahma, Aham Brahmasmi. Is that okay? Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva.
Yes. So the purports are like the more explanation by Srila Prabhupada of the translation,
Right.
that there is
That's
the
right.
proof of this and how this happened and what does this actually mean, because then it's
That's
very
right.
difficult for us to understand it on our own.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. An example given in this regard is that of the aroma within the earth. In the earth, there are aromas and colors, but one cannot see them. Actually, we find that when flowers grow from the earth, they appear with different colors and aromas, which they have certainly gathered from the earth. Although in the earth we cannot see them. It's true, right? We see a beautiful flower, purple color flower coming up. There's a plant with purple color flower. But when we see the soil under that plant, there's no purple color there, isn't it? It's just mud. It's just soil. So how does the color come, right? The potency is there. The aroma of the flower is also different from the aroma of the earth, isn't it? So similarly, the Supreme Lord, by his different energies, spreads throughout one's body and soul, although we cannot see him. An intelligent man, however, can see the Supreme Lord existing everywhere because he understands that this belongs to God. This body belongs to God. It's his material energy. And that's why Lord Brahma says that the qualification to see God everywhere is love. When one puts love, the ointment of love in the eyes, when one anoints eyes with the salve of love, one can see Krishna everywhere. Just as the mother, she is seeing her son's shoes, but she's not seeing the shoe, she's seeing her son. She's immediately remembering her son. Oh, this shoe belongs to my son. So the pure devotee, he understands that this material energy belongs to Krishna. All these varieties of material bodies, they all belong to Krishna. They are Krishna's energy. Andantarastha parma anuchayantrastham. The Lord is within the universe and within the atom by his different energies. This is the real vision of the Supreme Lord for the intelligent man. Brahma, the first created being, became the most intelligent person by his tapasya, austerity, and thus he came to this realization. So what did Brahma realize? That Krishna is the cause of all causes, that everything is coming from Krishna, that this material world is his material energy, the spiritual world is his spiritual energy. This is Brahma's realization. We must therefore take all knowledge from Brahma, who became perfect by his tapasya. Is that okay?
Yes.
Comments? Is that become more clear now? So Brahmaji did the tapasya and he got the realization to understand that, oh, God is the cause of all causes. Krishna is the cause of all causes. That's why he sings Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Nadir Adir Govinda Sarva Karana Karana. That cause of all causes is Krishna, and Krishna has no cause. Is that okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Hare Krishna.
Any
Hare
questions?
Krishna.
Comments? Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Yeah,
Hare
another example was that of that Achintya Veda Tattva is that sun and sunshine, right?
Yes. Sun and sunshine, simultaneous, one and different.
One different.
Yes. Yeah. To help us understand that the different energies of God. Because someone may think, oh, God has no energy, has no potency. But we understand God means he's omnipotent. We say God is omnipotent. So then we are trying to understand what are these potencies? What are these energies? So the material energy, spiritual energy. So one and different, simultaneous, one and different. That's how we are part and parcel of God. One and different. Yeah, sun and sunshine. So how do we explain the sun and sunshine? One and different, how?
The sun is the source,
Yeah.
is Krishna, and the sun, the rays, the sunshine, the rays comes from Krishna,
Yeah. So
right?
so the sunshine is made up of molecules, right? Tiny,
Yeah,
tiny molecules. So similarly, we are also coming from Krishna. We are tiny molecules coming from Krishna. So the sun has heat and light unlimitedly, right?
yeah.
And the sunshine, one molecule of sunshine also has heat and light, but the quantity is very minute. It's not so strong. If we go into the sun, we're going to get burnt up. Even before we reach the sun, we'll get burnt up. But the sunshine, no, it doesn't burn us. So the quantity is different. The quality is the same. Is that okay?
Yeah.
So we are also coming from Krishna. Krishna is Satchidananda. We are also Satchidananda. But Krishna is unlimited. Is unlimited potencies, whereas we are minute, very tiny, like molecules of sunshine.
So the scientists are not reading all this.
I'm sorry.
The scientists are not reading all this knowledge that is there. Why? Why are they coming out with some other theory?
Yes. Right? Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah.
It's yeah. How was this universe, created?
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, scientists are studying about it. In NASA, they play every day morning for a Gayatri mantra.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah, really, every day.
Gayatri
And
Mantra.
yes, Gayatri mantra. Around 4 a.m. they started. And when they start their works, then they maybe after sunrise they stopped. And they also studied about the Hanumanji, Yug Sahastra Yojan par Bhanu, Liliota hi Madhurpur, like the distance of the earth to the sun. So they also studied about this chopai. Did you heard this chopai? Yeah, in Hanuman Chalisa, Yug Sahastra Yojan par Bhanu.
Every day. Yeah.
Yeah, so they calculated like exactly what is written is the same distance from like 5 into 10 to the power 8 millions per second is the same distance. So 5.8 into 10 to the power 8, something like that. I forgot. So they are studying, but they did not realize. They understand like there is some super soul who is maintaining this whole universe, not only India, not only like Taiwan, whole universe, but still because they are scientists, so they have to give some philosophical proof apart from these all things. And we have different culture, different community, different religions. So some religion they have doubt. So that's why there is some dispute. Otherwise, they understand there is some super soul who is maintaining everything. Even we are taking breath, the trees, the river, the mountain, sunrise. Why sunrise in the morning in east? Why sunrise in west? In the like different evening time. When we have evening, they have morning. So how these cycles are going on? They studied. They know also everything, but
How they
because
come up with that Big Bang theory and all
Actually,
that.
but
yes, yes,
actually, the real scientist, the one who's a real scientist, he accepts that God is the creator. Like Einstein, he used to read Bhagavad
yeah,
Gita.
yeah. That's why I'm saying like science also
Einstein,
accepted.
yeah. So there are
Yeah.
different types of scientists because one who's
Yeah, that's why
really a
I said,
scientist, yeah,
yeah, that's why I
one
said, like, we are
who's,
different.
yeah,
Yeah.
one
Still
who's
in now,
really a scientist, they accept that God is the creator, and they say, oh, if we can understand, that compared to God's intelligence, my intelligence is nothing. It's like a particle of sand.
yes,
The
yes,
great
yes.
scientists, they say like
Even
that.
the stars also, they realize like there is something very special stars, so they are some pure soul. They relate it
Mm. Mm.
also, but still there is some, because in now Kali Yuga also, you see, today we read, I don't understand a single line because it was totally confused me, like how energies and body and soul. Okay for
Hare
understanding,
Krishna.
like,
I think
yeah,
this is all Prahlad Maharaj is explaining because we always discriminate mine and yours. So this is all about he's telling everything comes from him. Why are we looking here and there? Why we are discriminating mine or yours? I think this is coming from the previous verse where he was explaining and praying to Lord.
yeah. I only understood one sentence, like everything, every energy is belongs to Krishna. Like this all belongs, even it's tree, soil, man, woman, everything. So I just only at last understood, like, oh, this is the fact. Like there is one all and one, only Krishna. He is the energies for all souls. All energy is coming from him.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this
Yeah.
this I understood, but Brahmaji and uh, like how many years he did meditation, then he came to know. So these all I really want to need to read these all things to understand one more time. Maybe I will read.
Yeah,
Thank
also in
you.
the second canto was more in detail. We read second canto about creation. There's more in detail about this, about the creation. Yeah. Anyway,
Brahma
thank
is
you
in
all so
third
much.
canto,
Huh?
Shilpaji.
The
Hare
second
Krishna.
and
This is-
third.
yeah, this is like more in the beginning of third, because I'm reading this
More.
with Bhagavad Prabhu. So this is more in the third canto, beginning
Third
from the
canto.
end. Okay, yeah, more in the
Mm.
third.
Third
Yeah.
canto,
Okay.
right? In
Yeah.
Bhagavatam.
Yeah, Bhagavatam third. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Whether you
Okay.
understood, Ratna, what are you saying? You understood the main jest what Prahlāda Maharaj is saying. That Krishna is the cause of all causes. What else is needed? You
Like
understood
many
what
people.
Shilpa is stressing always, that Krishna is the cause of all causes. And that's
Yeah,
enough.
this is
That,
okay.
right?
Yeah, this I understood. Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what
so learn that verse only, na, that's enough. That Ishvara
that's enough. Yeah.
Chidananda Vigraha.
Yeah. Adir
Yeah.
Adir Gopal
Ananda
Sarva.
Vida Sarvakarana Karana.
Karanam.
That's the whole thing. And you got it. So what else? Prahlāda
Like,
Maharaj is very happy. See, we are understanding little part.
yeah, yeah. That's right.
Yeah, so it's the best
Oh,
thing. If we understand the main point, that's good. Enough.
And
Yeah.
you're right, Shilpa. And, yeah, Ratna, that, there are scientists like, I just remember now our president, right? Our past president of India who was a
yeah.
scientist,
Abdul
Abdul
Yes.
Kalam
Kalam.
Azad. Abdul
Abdul
Yes.
Kalam.
Kalam.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
What
right.
knowledge he had, yeah, on
Yeah.
this, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Thank you
Yeah.
all. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila
Yeah.
Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur
Yeah.
Bhaktananda ki jai.